I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So straight away I will open. So this is the previous year and question paper. So I hope it is visible. Shall I zoom in?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So the basically the question is that Neeta is given by 10 I the I is annual income in thousands of dollars. Suppose that Neeta is currently earning an income of $40,000, that is I is equal to 40, and can earn that income next year with certainty. So she's offered a chance to take a new job that offers a 0.6 probability of earning $44,000 and zero point 0.4 probability of earning $33,000. So in this, they have asked the first question that what is the Nita's risk preference? And second is, would Nita take up this job? So how to solve these kind of questions? First of all, this risk aversion, you can say the utility function is, for example, it is a to power x to power b, where w is your wealth. Now, if b, for example, u is equal to x to power b, where b is less than 1, then this is risk averse. These are the people who will not take risk. They are averse to the risk. If it is like u is equal to a into x, they are risk neutral. And the third, if u is equal to a into x to power b, where b is greater than 1, then these are the people who are risk loving. I hope this concept is clear because it is asked in graded assignment also and in the IIT also. So now what we have to see that for Nita, the utility function has been given 10i to power 0.5, and it has been told that her present income is $40,000. I is in thousands, and she's offered a job which probability is 0.6 for 44 and 0.4 for 33. So first of all, the question is whether Nita is risk averse or risk neutral or risk loving. So she is a risk averse person because it is 0.5. Now her present for to solve that whether she will pick up that job or not. So we have to find her present utility and the future expected utility. So present utility is 10 into 40 to power 0.5, which comes 200. And the future utility is 0.6 into 10 into 44 0.5 plus 0.4 into 33 into 10 to power 0.5. So if you do this calculation, it comes less than this present utility which is there. So this was 20, sir. This was 20. So this comes less than 20. So therefore, Nita will not join this job. Is this clear? Any doubt in this question? Anyone?
So when we calculate expected utility, should we
Yes.
should we first calculate the expected income and take that utility, or should we calculate the two utilities separately and add them up?
We take separately because there is a probability here. So there is a probability that 10 into 44, that 44 0.5, that's the probability of 0.6 only.
Yeah.
And then 0.4 into 33 into 10 into 33.
Got it. I understand that this is the right way. I'm just trying to figure out what is, if we do something like get the expected income first and then calculate that utility, what would be wrong in that case? Like what principle or what assumption are we violating if we do that?
Okay,
For
so
example, 10 multiplied by
yeah,
expected income.
like I said, yeah, 0. Yeah. So this will come 6 4 24 to 264 plus 4 3 12, 4 3 12, 13.2. So this becomes 26 plus 13.2 is 39.6. So here also the same answer comes, that this is less than 40.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Instead of taking the utility, we can see the income itself. Then we will not be checking the utility. We are checking only income.
No, correct. Sorry, I was talking about utility of expected income. So whatever is the expected income we get here, we plug that into the utility formula that we know
Yeah.
from before. We get a slightly lesser
Yeah.
utility in this
See, if
case,
I
but
can,
I mean, how
yes, yes.
incorrect
But
is that essentially?
if we take the income part also,
Hmm.
his income is 40,000 and now her income becomes 39,600.
600. Yeah,
So her income is decreasing and that's why she will not take.
got it.
But here okay, I will like, just add on. If there was a probability, for example, 0.8, and she has got a probability, for example, earning 50K, 50,000,
Hmm.
and 0.2, for example, 40,000. And if she's a risk loving, for example, if the utility
Hmm.
function was U2, U3. So in this case, the risk loving people, what they tend to do for the higher gains.
Okay.
That is about okay, risk loving. Now, second part of this question was that in case if Nita is willing to join, for example, if she has decided that okay, she will join, for example, and she has also to buy insurance to protect against the variable income associated with the new job because the new job is coming with a probability. So she wants to ensure that her that will be protected. So how much she will be willing to pay for that insurance? So in that, what do? We find her expected utility, which comes around 19.852. We find income for this utility. So income comes around 39410. Now against this income, her expected income is this much, 0.6 into 44 plus this, 39600. Just now we calculated. Now she wants to be ensured that I want to get this much of insured. That So insurance amount, what she will be paying is this much, which is coming with a probability. It can be 44,000 or it can be 33,000. This minus her expected utility. So this is the insurance amount she will pay, 190.
So how did we get the 39410 figure?
39410, what we did, like you said, like this utility which came, it came
Hmm.
from this part.
Basically, you will square the 10 as well, right? So you get 39.41.
This is the expected utility.
Okay. 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 Yeah.
Okay. And against that utility, we find the income that what she will be earning again. So from there, it is income is 39410. Whereas if she joins, then her probability is to earn 39600. She wants to carry an insurance that in any form she wants to earn 39410. She'll pay 190 of
So
insurance.
39410 is the utility, is it?
Yes, this is the income against the expected utility.
Income against, okay, that is interesting. Income against expected utility. Okay. I was wondering how we can subtract utility from income.
No, no. This is the expected utility. Now we fit into that same formula. Now we get the income for this expected utility.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, second question is it is an easy one. A monopolist faces the demand curve P is equal to 11 minus Q, where P is measured in dollars per unit and Q in thousands of units. The monopolist has a constant average cost of $6 per unit. Answer the given sub questions. What are the monopolist profit maximizing price and quantity? So here I will cover some concepts okay, that I'll take this question. When monopolist operates, he operates with the MR is equal to MC. This is for monopolist. Now remember, in a perfectly competitive market, there P is equal to MC. This is the only difference. So in this, we have to find profit maximizing price and quantity. P is equal to 11 minus Q. So it becomes Q by dou Q is equal to 11 minus 2Q. MC has been given $6. So 11 minus 2Q is equal to 6. Therefore, Q is equal to 5 by 2 is 2.5. And it is in thousands of units, so it becomes 2,500. And your P will come from this 11 minus Q, 11 minus 2.5 is equal to 8.5. So this is up to week 8 wala syllabus. And if I remember correctly, it was there in our G also. They straight away, they have picked up this question from the graded assignment of another week. Is this clear? Okay? Any doubt in this? Anyone? Bhavya, it is easy?
Hanji, sir. So far, so good.
Yeah, okay. So we have covered these questions. The resulting profit we can straight away calculate. Resulting profit will be from PQ minus CQ. So, or otherwise, this is the price, this is the cost, so it comes 65. Now we move to next question. Calculate the firm's degree of monopoly power using the Lerner index. So this Lerner index formula, please keep this in your mind. Lerner index is defined by 1 by epsilon is equal to P minus MC by P. So P has come 8.5, MC is 6 divided by 8.5 is equal to 2.5 by 8.5, and you will get the answer. And from here, if in a question, if it comes to find the elasticity also, so that also you can find out. So this will come handy. Remember this formula. Okay, now we come to next question. Suppose two firms operate in a market and can produce at a constant average and marginal cost of AC is equal to MC is equal to $5. Let Q1 be the output of the first firm and the Q2 be the output of the second firm. Market demand is given by this Q1 plus Q2 is equal to 53 minus P. Assuming that the firms are competing as per the Carnot competition, find out the equilibrium quantity for each firm, equilibrium price and profit. So this is an important question and it takes some lengthier calculations, but if you follow the steps, okay, then there is no problem. So I'll just cover the Carnot one. So in the Carnot, what happens that both the firms, they try to maximize their revenues. So what do? We take firm one, we find its profit. Profit will be equal to revenue minus cost. Now we maximize this profit by doing dou profit by dou Q1. For example, he is producing Q1. And we equate it to 0. So we will get a function in Q1 and Q2.
So your voice
We
is
do the same
breaking.
again. We get another solving these two functions, we get the answer. Yeah, is it
It's
clear?
it's okay now, but we lose
Hello.
once in a while it goes away. There is also some lag. I'm not sure if
Okay,
it's
okay.
just
Just
me.
hold on. I'm using Bluetooth. Okay, okay. Baba, is it clear for you or okay, there is some problem?
So it goes in for I think 2-3 seconds in the middle, then it comes back.
Okay, okay. So, okay. So, yeah, I will take the headphones away. Hello, is it better? Hello.
Yes, sir, it's better.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's increase the voice. I hope it is better now.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what I was saying about corner, that in the corner, both firms they try to maximize their profit, and they both have got the same initiative. That it means that no firm has got some advantage. So firm one, how to solve this? We come to firm one, we find out its profit, which will include Q1, Q2 because your demand function is Q1, Q2. Then we take the cost. To maximize this profit, we get a function of Q1, Q2. Similarly, we do for the firm 2, we get another function of Q1, Q2. Now we solve this, and from here we get Q1 and Q2. And generally for cornered, the price which comes, it is same for both. And then they have asked the profit. So I have utilized the same concept and I have solved this. So this is the demand function. Q1 plus Q2 is equal to 53 minus P. So P becomes 53 minus Q1 plus Q2 from the demand function. So for revenue, firm 1, revenue 1 becomes PQ1, which becomes 53 Q1 minus Q1 square minus Q1 Q2. Cost has been given 5. So total cost will become 5Q1. So profit becomes this minus this, 53, this becomes 48 Q1 minus with this. You maximize this, so you take a derivative with respect to Q1, so you get 48 minus 2Q1 minus Q2 is equal to 0, which is the function 1, which I had covered. We do the same thing for form 2, and we get the function Q2 is equal to 24 minus Q1. You solve this, both the functions, and we get the Q1. Place that in the function, you get Q2. Place that in the combined demand function, and we get the P. P1 is equal to P2 is equal to 21. And from here, now you calculate the profit for the firm 1 and you calculate the profit for firm 2. So this is for corner ticker. All these steps are understood, or shall I calculate? Because understanding the concept is important for this corner. Bhabe, is it clear or
All
shall I
good, sir.
calculate?
So far, all good.
Am I
All good, sir.
audible?
Yes, sir. All
It's
good so
clear,
far.
sir.
We can continue ahead.
Okay. So this is the concept. Okay. So we have to remember the steps. Okay. Like if it comes coordinate, I cover again. So if it is a coordinate problem, there will be two firms, firm 1, firm 2. The demand function will be combined, will be something like 50 minus Q1 plus Q2. And we will be given a average cost and the marginal cost. For example, here in this case 10. So what do? Both the firms, they have got the same initiative.
You find the revenue for this firm, you find the total cost of this firm, find the profit okay, by subtracting the cost. So you get the profit, which will be the function of Q1, Q2. You maximize this profit with respect to Q1. So you will get the function 1, which will be of Q1, Q2. You do the same thing for this. So you get another function of Q1, Q2. Solve these two functions to get Q1 and Q2. And then utilize this combined demand function to get P. And P will be P1 is equal to P2. And then you put that in the profit formulas and you get the profit okay, for both the firms. This question I find okay, important because it covers the concept and it has been asked in graded assignment also in PYP also. So please okay, practice this and you will get the answers. Now, in the same question, they have said that in case the two firms are operating or competing in the Stackelberg manner, where one of the firms makes its output decision before the other, suppose firm 1 is the Stackelberg leader that makes its output decisions before firm 2. Now, in this, calculate the equilibrium quantity from the firms, equilibrium market price, and profit. So, in Stackelberg, what happens? What do we do? This is just it is taking some time. Okay, let's wait. It has crashed again. Just give me 20 seconds. It is open. Okay. So in Stackelberg, what happens? Unlike Cornet, here one of the firm has got the initiative. So in this example, they have given one has got the initiative. So one has got initiative, the two is the follower. For example, I will give an example that there is a market leader and some new firm has entered the market. Now this number 2 which is there and there is a market demand. So market demand, for example, it remains same like a 53 minus Q1 plus Q2. Market demand is Q, for example. However, this guy has come, so he will produce Q1, he will produce Q2. So market demand changes to 53 minus Q1 plus Q2. So this guy, now what we do in this case for the Stackelberg, we first find the profit for this number 2 and then maximize that profit. Then we get a function of x1 and x2. So here we will get okay, something q1 and q2. So here we will get a q2 function of q1. Now this market leader who is there, he has got an initiative. Now he knows that this guy is likely to produce this much of Q2. So for him now you position, you find again the revenue, cost, profit, and here when in place of Q2 you put this function of Q1. Utilize this function of Q1 and maximize that. So from here you will immediately you will get the answer Q1 star. And put this Q1 star here, you will get Q2 star. So generally, Q1, this firm has always have got the initiative because he knows that how much he is likely to produce, and then as per that, the Q1 he will produce. Is this understood? Okay, I will cover the steps okay, here also. So this is a Stackelberg. So what firm 2 does, firm 2 reacts to the firm 1 and its revenue becomes 53 minus Q1 plus Q2 to Q2. This is P into Q2. So this is his revenue. Cost is 5 Q2. Profit becomes this minus this 48 Q2 minus Q1 square. You maximize this, so you get the function of this. Q2 is equal to 24 minus Q1 by Q2. Firm 1 has got the initiative, so he knows that firm 2 will be making this many Q2s. So revenue of firm is this. Now here you replace this Q2 with this value which has come from here. Now you solve this, maximize the profit. So here you will get Q1. You put that in another, that earlier function, you get Q2. And once we have got Q1, Q2, then we get P1, P2. Price remains the same for both firms, and we can find the profits for these both firms. Is this clear? Anyone having any doubt in this concept?
So, but in this analysis, we are not making any use of the fact that firm one is the leader, right? Like if
No,
we
firm
were
one
to
is the
do,
leader. Why?
no,
No,
if
no.
we reverse the analysis, like
Yeah.
let's say that firm one is not the leader, two is the leader, will we
Okay.
not get the same answers?
No, that time, okay, this firm 2 will be making more. Okay, we can solve this. Okay, for example, it is
Hmm.
53 minus Q early. For example, only one firm is there and the demand function is 53 minus Q. Okay.
Yeah,
Average marginal cost is equal to average cost is equal
same.
to 5. Okay. Now this firm 1, which is existing, he is producing as per this demand. He's making Q and the P is coming. What happens?
Okay, okay, that is fine.
Yes. So second firm comes and then he makes a Q2. Okay.
Okay, which is why it becomes. I see. So, I
If this,
mean, the assumption here is that Q2 should be zero. In when you're trying to for the demand curve,
no, no,
Q2 should be zero
no, Q2 is not
initially.
zero. Q2,
Initially,
yes, initially he's not there in the market.
okay, understood. Yeah.
Okay. Now he has come and he says, I will make Q2. Now, how much
Hmm.
Q2 he will make? Now he knows that if he has entered, so he'll be making Q1 and I have to make Q2. Demand function becomes Q1 plus Q2. Now he will react as per this. Okay. In case
Got
okay,
it.
2 was here and 1 was entering, then 2 ka jo quantity hai, that's this will become more than 1. This is the only difference.
Got it. Yeah. No, this is what I
Okay.
was looking for. I mean, the demand function is changing because the other player is coming.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, in this again, please remember that once again the second firm comes, then the quantity which is produced Q1 plus Q2 is always greater than Q. Remember this. The earlier quantity which only firm 1 was making, when the second firm comes and he starts making, so he increases his quantity or he reacts to this quantity. Theoretically, there are mathematically also it can be proved. Otherwise, Q1 plus Q2 is always greater than Q. That in the uh, Cornet also and in Stackelberg also, your quantity which are produced, they are more than monopoly. Okay. Now I'll cover here only that there are two types of market. For example, there is a PCM and there is a monopoly, and there's Cornot and Stackelberg. Okay, they are example of oligopoly or duopoly, whatever you can say. And in this case, Cornot, if you take the quantity is monopoly quantity Q, Q, for example, Q3, Q2, Q1. And if you take the
PCM is
price,
what? Perfectly competitive market.
this is PCM, perfectly competitive market. Okay. And the price or oligopoly. And if you take the price, then price always in PCM is the lowest. Oh, sorry, I have written opposite here. Sorry. Uh, Quantity in PCM is always higher than duopoly, which is higher than monopoly, and the price is always opposite. So this is the understanding part. In monopoly, that guy he controls, so he is producing the quantity is always the minimum, the price is always the highest. Once you come to duopoly or oligopoly, your quantity increases, but the price decreases. When you come to PCM, the quantity increases and the price is the least. Here is P is equal to MC. Here in the monopoly, MR is equal to MC. This is the difference. And here okay, we find P and Q as per the whether it is Cornet or it is Stegelberg. So this is the difference. So here okay, you can cover. Is that clear? Okay. Anyone, any doubt again this? Okay, so we have solved this. I will share again this document also. I will convert it to PDF and will share again. Now we come to next question. Last week you purchased 5 large cases of Fritos for a customer who, as it turned out, did not accept delivery. You paid $100 for these cases. You have a deal with your grocers that they will pay you 25 cents for each dollar of returned merchandise. Just this week you found a fraternity on campus that will buy the 5 cartons for $55 and will pick them up from your apartment, relieving you of the need to deliver them to the frat house. So there is no transportation cost. So question number 1 is, what is the opportunity cost? So opportunity cost is that once you have lost out, that you paid like $100 and you had a deal with the grocers which has not been fructified, the opportunity cost is the second one. That what is the second? So they will pay 25 cents for this. So opportunity cost becomes, for each dollar become 25 cents, for each dollar will become $25. So this is the opportunity cost. Second is, should you sell the Fritos to the fraternity? You will sell only when the amount which you are getting from the Fritos is more than the opportunity cost, then you will sell. So we see 55 is more than 25, so you will sell. In case they would have written that here it is 20 only, Fritos is offering only 20, then in that case you will not sell. So that is the concept here. Is that clear? Opportunity cost and decision to sell or not. Bhabe, is it clear? Jaydev?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Now we come to the next question. This question in the GAs I had answered incorrectly because maybe the lack of understanding, but now is clear that there are 2 used car dealerships compete side by side on a main road. The first, Hamid's car, always sells high quality cars, that it carefully specs and if necessary services. On an average, it costs Hamid's $8,000 to buy and service each car it sells. The second dealership, Latif's Motors, always sells lower quality cars. On an average, it costs Latif's only $5,000 for each car that it sells. If consumers knew the quality of the used cars they were buying, they would pay $10,000 on an average for Hamid's car and only $7,000 on average for Latif's car. So this is with the information, if the information is there, that this is a high-end car, a high-quality car, this is a low-quality car. Without more information, consumers do not know the quality of each dealership's cars. In this case, they would figure out that they have a 50-50 chance of ending up with a high-quality car and are thus willing to pay $8,500 for a car. Hamid has an idea. He will offer a bumper-to-bumper warranty for all cars he sells. He knows that a warranty lasting Y years will cost $500 on an average. And he also knows that if Latif tries to offer the same warranty, it will cost Latif $1,000 on an average. So suppose, here they have given, suppose Hamid offers a 1-year warranty on all of the cars he sells. So in this, the scenarios which are generated, it is like this. This is Hamid, this is Latif. So Hamid gets 8,000 and he gets for 5,000. They spend this much money. If the information is there that this is it is a high quality car, this is a low quality car, then the customer will pay 10,000 for him and only, how much she's paying? Latif Motors, it costs, and 7,000 and 7,000. This is when the information is there with information. If the information is not there, then a customer comes and he doesn't know which car he's buying, and with the probability of 0.5, he will purchase any car and he will pay $8,500. So what Hamid decides that, and we have seen in the lecture also that in this case, what one firm does, they want to give some kind of guarantee or certification. So he purchases $500 of warranty and he tells the customer that I'm giving you a guarantee for so many years. So now what will happen that all the customers will go to Hamid in this case. So this is the one, and Hamid also know that Latif's expenditure will be $1,000 to offer the warranty. So we have to analyze this situation that should Hamid offer a warranty or not? That is the basic question. Otherwise, they are just asking the following questions. So first question they are asking, what is the Latif's profit per dollar in car if he does not offer a 1 year warranty? So this case which is there, what they are saying that if the 1 year warranty is not there, they are considering that the information is there. So we have to think that information is there. This is not the case of no info. So in this case, Latif's profit is nothing, 7,000 minus 5,000. The second part, what is he offers a 1 year warranty. Now see, 1 year warranty, why Latif is offering? Because Hamid has offered a warranty. And why Hamid has offered a warranty? 1 year warranty has come. Why Latif is offering? Because Hamid has offered a warranty. Why Hamid offered a warranty? Because now there was no information. And everybody was going for 8,500. So with this, now Latif, he offers a warranty, his price becomes 6,000. And with this warranty, now the customer will purchase in the no info scenario. So there the cost becomes 8,500. So here his profit becomes 2,500. So now you can see that here was the information was there, his profit was 2,000. Here no info, but he has given a insurance that he has taken warranty for $1,000, and all the customers now will start going to Latif, and his profit has also increased. So what we can infer here, that should Hamid offer warranty? This is the question. Can anybody answer this?
Yes.
Huh? But when Hamid is offering the warranty, what is happening? Hamid was 8,000 and he is purchasing the insurance for $500, and the cost of the car is also 8,500. So his profit, how much it becomes? 0.
So people will be able to, so if the warranty is offered, then it is a signaling mechanism, right?
Yeah. So he's signaling the max.
He's signaling that my cars are better.
Yes.
So people will be able to offer up to 10,000, right, on his car.
No. See, the scenario what they have generated, and maybe I also could not understand this question during the GA. The scenario is this. Scenario is this is with info, full information. If full information is there, he does not have to take the warranty. Everybody will go to this guy only, Hamid only.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what they have said that now when the information is not there, so now the customer purchase any car with 0.5, equal chances are there.
So
what he does,
assuming
for example,
that
if he decides,
customers have full information now.
No, they had information earlier. Now they don't have information.
Okay.
Okay. The second scenario is this.
Okay.
So now to attract these guys, for example, the decision is that should he take an insurance of 500 and offer a warranty?
No.
No, because his profit is becoming zero, and this guy takes like $1,000 and he still makes 2,500. That is the basically economic question.
Sir, it was not clear whether the scenario is with or without information actually.
So I'll say देखो
Hmm.
यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है
Hmm.
without more information.
Okay.
Actually, during the GA, no, I also got foxed in
No, no,
this.
ठीक है, ठीक है. That makes sense. When we say that it is without information, then okay. The one other slightly confusing part, which is now clear, is we are talking about information for whom? For the dealers or for the customers?
For the
I
customers.
think because here I think it should be assumed that dealers always have perfect information about each
Yeah,
other.
see, yeah, the dealers they know. See here they have written clearly without more information, consumers don't know the quality of
Consumers
issue
don't.
from
Yeah,
us.
yeah. Okay,
So
okay.
that is the difference. So that's how like all these answers they have come. Okay. So they have given like this. What is the Hamid's profit per car in Latif does not offer a 1 year warranty. So 8,500. If this is a without warranty wala clause, so
Hmm.
he is getting this. Okay, next question we come. It is again till week 8 wala part. At market demand curve, pizza is given, market supply curve is given, at tax of this is imposed, and answer the given sub questions. So first they have asked the equilibrium quantity and price before incidence of tax. So I will solve this. Okay. So first, okay, they have asked equilibrium quantity and price before incident. So this is very straightforward. You make this P is equal to 300 into Q. So this becomes 300. This is P, this is Q, this is 300. And you make the supply curve 60 plus 2Q. So 60 plus 2Q here. So this is 60. And this is a line. So equilibrium will become somewhere here. P star. And this is Q star. So 300 minus Q is equal to 60 plus 2Q. Q is equal to 240 by 3 is equal to 80. So this is 80 and this is will become 220. Now what happens when the tax is imposed? So when the tax is imposed, T is equal to 15 of R here. So this tax will be paid by whom? It is tax is always paid by the customer. So this becomes P minus 15 is equal to 300 minus, oh sorry, this was P is equal to 300 minus Q. So P minus 15 is equal to 300 minus Q. So here P is equal to 285 minus Q. So now this P 285 minus Q you equate with the 60 plus 2Q, and we get Q is equal to 225 by 3 is equal to 75. So with the tax, what happens? The Q becomes 75 and your P will become 300 minus 75 is equal to 225. So in this case, what happens? How to find and how to solve these questions? First, you find the equilibrium quantity and price, and also find the surplus, consumer surplus, and the seller surplus. So I'll solve it here. So we
Sir, just
found
one question.
yes.
When the tax is imposed, the curve will shift inwards, right? The demand curve?
No demand curve. See, demand remains the 300 only. The demand
Um,
is this P which is there. You're right. Okay, now it will become P is equal to 285 minus Q.
Correct, correct. So it will go down by 15 units on the x-axis and 15 units on the y-axis, correct?
No, 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 no. You
We
don't.
are we not talking about a different demand function now?
No, no, no.
Okay.
When you solve this, okay, you solve it here only.
Huh.
Okay, so what has happened that your earlier, for example, I will solve it here. So this is your earlier 300, 300, this your 60, and here you got 80, you got 220. Okay. Now what happened? They imposed a tax. Okay, so by that tax, okay, you write, okay, your quantity which will be consumed by the consumers will reduce now.
Hmm.
So this becomes 75. And before that, okay, what you do, you find the, so for this, what you do, you find this consumer surplus, this is your seller surplus, and you find the total surplus. So in this case, consumer surplus will be half into 300 minus 220 is 80, 80 into 80, 6400 is equal to 3200. Producer surplus is equal to half into 220 minus 60, 12 minus 6, 160 into 80, this becomes 6400. So total is 9600 is your total surplus. Now due to your this P minus 15 is equal to 300 minus Q, so this has become 285 minus Q. And when you equate now with the 60 plus 2Q, your Q becomes 75. So your consumption which is there has become 75 here. And with this consumption, your price increases to 225. Okay. Now your new consumer surplus which is there, it is this part. And your new seller surplus part which is there is this part. And your tax which is there, tax is here. Tax is this part. Because the entire tax is paid, okay, by this, and this is the dead weight loss, this part, okay. So instead of calculating this dead weight loss geometrically, what you do, you find total surplus earlier and
Minus
minus
tax minus new consumer and
yes,
producer surplus.
yes.
But sir, then does this mean that imposition of tax does not change the quantity demanded?
The quantity C has demanded, it has become 75, na?
I mean, the demand function does not change because of tax.
Our demand function is not changing. His demand quantity which the consumer is now consuming has reduced now.
At a price will change, but 300 minus Q will still stay as it is.
Yes, yes. Okay. And with respect to 75, now it has become 225. And the entire tax is being paid by this guy, consumer. Seller is not paying any tax.
Okay.
Okay. So from the consumer side, this has gone. But however, this dead weight tax, which is dead weight
loss,
which is there, some part has gone from the consumer side and some part has gone from the seller side. Okay, is that clear? This one?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is concept. Okay, this can be solved. Okay, easily. Okay. So this I have solved. Okay, I will share this document. You can go through and how that dead weight loss and everything, the calculations are coming. I followed the same concept. Okay, then these are the multiple option questions. What is the true about monopolistic competition? So in the monopolistic competition, entry and exit are not free in the market. This is a keyword, but for the monopolist market entry and exits, they are free because he is the only guy. Okay, so this is not true, and this is there given in these options also. That's why they are not true. And firms compete by selling differentiated products that are highly but not perfectly substitutable. So example is Apple iPhone, that it is highly but not perfectly substitutable. That's why Apple iPhone operates in a monopolistic competition type.
What is an example of perfect substitutability?
Perfect substitutable.
I mean, if, for example, what we are saying here is that Apple is not perfectly substitutable with Android.
Yeah, for the
Identical
high-end devices.
identical t-shirts are an example of perfectly substitutable. Cotton
Sorry,
t-shirt
what?
from cotton t-shirt from brand one, cotton t-shirt from brand two.
Okay, okay.
Perfectly
Okay.
substitutable. It doesn't matter which one you buy.
Yeah.
They are not differentiated very much, but in the sense that they are perfectly substitutable because it is not.
Uh, I can give examples of the laptops. For example, laptop companies. Dell, HP. Okay, they are top leaders. They might be having not monopoly, but it is like a oligopoly. That there are many guys, but they are perfectly substitutable. The prices are not so different. But here also, if you take the Apple MacBook, then he is operating in a different. It cannot be substituted. That may be one example.
No, understood. I think I wanted to find a distinction between high substitutability and perfect substitutability.
High substitutability is like, for example, in this example only, that if, okay, for example, Apple was not there in the laptop market and there were only two guys and offering the same quality at same price.
That would be duopoly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Choose the correct statement. Quasi-linear preferences are linear in one good and non-linear in other good is true. U is equal to min of ax by represent complements. This is true. This is from week 7. U is equal to ax plus by represent substitutes. It is also true, and that's why all of these are true. The Cobb-Douglas production function KPLQ shows only constant based on the value of P plus Q. This is the true statement. It depends on the P plus Q. Has constant marginal product of labor, it is not true. Constant marginal product of capital, not true. What you can do, how to find out this? Just dou F by dou K, you will get P into K, P minus 1 LQ. So therefore, it is not constant. Okay, then there are some questions on the discrimination part. First degree price discrimination is the practice of attempting to price each unit at the consumer's reservation price. That is true that all consumers at a demand function, the producer is able to supply. So this becomes like this. So this is the first degree discrimination. Third degree price discrimination is the practice of offering consumers a quantity discount. This is not a third degree, this is for the second degree. Second degree, he gives a package, discount, okay, 2 plus 2. So that is a second degree. Second degree price discrimination is the practice of charging different uniform prices to different consumer groups or segments in a market. No, this is a third degree. Just you remember third degree with the example of students. Third degree students, veterans, that you have got a different prices for different segments. So this is a clue to remember this. Now, adverse selection occurs when a person takes more risks that are not known to the life insurance company because he has a life insurance, or a person buys life insurance because he has a risky lifestyle that is not known to the life insurance company. This is true. So I will cover some concepts which maybe find okay. What is adverse selection and what is moral hazard? So adverse selection happens when there is a lack of information. Moral hazard क्या है? When there is a scarcity of action, lack of action. So in this case, you can see that what they are writing, that insurance risky lifestyle is not known to the life insurance company. So this is a lack of information, and he takes the insurance, and that's why this is an adverse selection. Moral hazard is like that a person took a medical insurance, and if he did not have the medical insurance, he would have gone to the hospital maybe 2-3 times. But now with the medical insurance, with everything covered, Now he goes to the hospital 20 times. So that comes under moral hazard.
Sir, can we check the first option also? That is also moral hazard, right?
A person,
Taking more risks that are not known to the life insurance company.
no, no. So this part is not the adverse selection.
It is moral hazard, I'm saying.
This is moral. This is moral hazard.
Okay.
This is one part of moral hazard.
And a person being a risk lover has nothing to do with this, correct?
No, no, no. It is okay. Malay risk does not have anything to with the adverse selection and the moral hazard. It is only the
Insurance related stuff.
insurance, information availability, okay, lack of action. It is like that. Like a biker, okay, in the lecture they had given him one example. No? A biker has got, he does not have insurance, so he drives very carefully. He gets insurance, he drives, okay, carelessly. So that is moral hazard. So this example, see, pregnant woman with health insurance make more doctor visits than an uninsured pregnant woman. So this is also a moral hazard. Okay, we'll see another 2-3 examples of this. Now see, if bad drivers can usually avoid being ticketed by the police, then the insurance agencies will, what they will do. So this is a normal, like this, that insurance will companies will not be able to use one's driving record as a screening device because the police does not have any record. So this is also like an adverse selection only when you don't have information. Moral hazard occurs when the contracts are written in such a way the interest of agent and principal converge. No, we have seen in the insurance company's example that biker wala. The interest of the agent and principal diverge. Yes, insurance has given the insurance company, but the biker is driving carelessly. Or the health insurance become, but now the guy is going to the hospital many number of times. So it is a divergence. Agents will wish to maximize the principal's utility. Not both the agents. Only one agent is trying to maximize. The guy who has taken the insurance. The production and risk bearing efficiency are achieved. No, this does not happen. Now these were the PVIP questions. Any doubt in any question, I can cover it again or we can
The
discuss.
third option once agents will wish to maximize the principal's utility.
Yes, but okay, see what is happening. Both are not getting. Only one agent is doing.
What it says agents, right? That actually what you just said is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
How many agents are we assuming? Multiple agents, some number of agents.
See, just we assume, okay, for example, one agent, one is insurance company, and one is, for example, bike rider.
Hmm. So who is the agent in this case?
They both are agents.
Okay.
Okay, he's principal, for example, and he's an agent. But you consider only this guy is an agent, then this term is also, this statement is also correct. But in economics, when you participate, then you call both the agents. One agent is here and one agent is here.
Okay. No, I think the option is worded such that it is making you think about the principal agent interaction.
Okay.
Contracts.
So see another, if you are going on English only, then agents will wish to maximize the principal's utility. No, he's minimizing. Yeah. He's minimizing. Principal is what?
If moral hazard is there, then agent will want to minimize principal's utility.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and insurance company, that's the insurance company is facing the disadvantage in this case.
Okay.
Okay. So we come to week 9. Okay, this is slightly not legible. Okay, so I will read out the question. It is the question number 1 of week 9 GA. In the variant of Hoteling's linear market model that captures competing firms' choices of product characteristics as per the consumer likings, there is a continuum of consumers uniformly distributed over 0 to 1. So this is the distribution 0 to 1, each with a favorite characteristic liking. When there are two firms, so these are the options. When there are two firms, so what happens? Both the firm will come in center and with half-half. So Nash equilibrium is established over 0 to 1, and this is a place where both will sell. And when there are three firms, then can we achieve any equilibrium in this? Okay, when the three firms are there, then there is no place, okay, where we can achieve. If we consider this, then here that is different, here is different, and there is no place, okay, where equilibrium is. So there is a no Nash equilibrium.
So what if all three firms are at half, 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 half?
That cannot be there, na.
Why not?
Everybody has to sum up to one, na. It can be only 1/3, 1/3, 1/3.
Uh, Sorry, we were talking about position along a line, right?
Yes, yes. So there is a
What?
continuum of consumers distributed. See here there is no customer, and the customers are increasing like this.
Hmm.
Okay. So here is the, if there are two firms, then they will operate here. So here are
Hmm.
the 50%, here are 50%.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now this is a question on again the Nash equilibrium from week 9. This is the example of Coke and Pepsi, and that Pepsi is there already in the market. Here, this is a Pepsi. Coke, whether he wants to enter or not. So there are two scenarios. If Coke enters, then Pepsi either uh, fight or it accommodate. And this is the scenario when Pepsi Coke is out. So if it accommodates, then it becomes 2020. If it does not accommodate, if it fights, okay, for example, its earlier revenue was, for example, I just take 0 to 10. But if it fights, then it becomes 5-5. Either it is in or it is out. This is Pepsi. Pepsi fight or it accommodates. So Coke is in, Pepsi fight. It becomes 5 and 8. 5 out, there is no chance. 0 to out again. This is not the condition. So here, these are the two equilibriums which are taking place at 2020, and second is when Coke is out and Pepsi is at 0-10. However, in this they have said that there is a chance that if Coke knows that Peps that Pepsi will not fight. Pepsi will not fight, because if Pepsi fights, then Pepsi revenue or the profit is decreasing. So if the Coke is having this information, then Coke knows for sure that Pepsi will accommodate and both revenues or profit will increase. So in that case, the equilibrium will be. This is that example. So here, okay, these are the two equilibriums: Coke accommodate and fight, and 0 and 20. And by the backward induction is that only that Coke is knowing that Pepsi will not fight. So that's why Coke enters, and then we get this equilibrium 10-10. Okay, then another question. Initially, there is one firm in the market for cars. The firm has a linear cost CQ is equal to 2Q. Market inverse demand function is given PQ is equal to 9 minus Q. A second firm enters the market, and the second firm has an identical cost function. The coordinate equilibrium output of the two firms will be. So this is an example which I said that there are two firms and no firm has got the advantage. The second firm has come. So what you do, you find the profit for this firm and maximize this. You will get function 1 q1 q2. You do the second same, you get the function 2 q1 q2. Solve these two functions and you will get q1 q2. So once you solve, okay, you get okay, q1 q2 is equal to 7 by 3 for this case. The Stackelberg equilibrium for the output for the both firms. Now it has given this, the second firm enters the market, the first firm was already there. So you utilize the same concept which we had discussed earlier, that for the Stackelberg, first firm was here, it was making Q1. The second firm comes, it reacts with the Q2. So you'll get a function of Q1, Q2, and you take Q2 is equal to function of Q1. Now, find profit of this Q1 and substitute Q2 with this value and you will get Q1 star. Substitute this Q1 star here, you will get the Q2 star. So this is how you solve the Stackelberg equilibrium. Third is consider the discussion of Bryce's paradox in the lecture. Consider there are n motor race. So this is straight away from the lecture and it was in the G. This is G only. So in this case, we can see that time taken for both the routes ACB and ADB when the one is not there. So half of the motorists they take this route, half they take this route. However, when there is a bridge where they take time one only, then what happens that all the motorists now they start taking this path. Why? Because here, if they take time here, it takes 45. Here they will take just 2x by 100. So here it takes time less. So everybody takes this. However, here the time will increase. Select the true statements about the Bertrand duopoly model discussed in the lecture. Bertrand duopoly, that there is a duopoly. The firms they engage in a price competition. Both firms sell produce homogeneous products and there is no capacity constraint. This was applicable for Bertrand duopoly straight away from the lecture. Select the correct answers about duopoly. Output level in Stackelberg duopoly is less than Carnot duopoly. No. In the Stackelberg, this first firm which is there, the second firm comes, then Q1 plus Q2 here in the Stackelberg is higher than the Q1, Q2 of Carnot. Remember this. So if we write again the PCM, then we write Stackelberg, then we write Carnot, and then we can write monopoly. So your quantity will increase like this, your price will reduce like this. Select the correct statement. Both rationality and common
Sir, is it not possible to have between Stackelberg and Cournot?
You want to say that Stackelberg will come here?
No. I'm asking, is it theoretically possible to have both of them producing the same quantity?
No.
No. Okay.
No. When there is a leader and the second firm comes, the first leader he reacts to the second firm and he produces more. And in the Carnot, what is happening that they both are, Q1, Q2, they come again similar. Whereas in the Stackelberg, the Q1 plus Q2, when you add it 1 by 3rd or around 0.38%, it increases. You can take an example, okay, just a fictitious example of demand function. For example, there is a demand of 2000, price is this much, okay, and you can solve it. I did that and I found there was an increase of around 0.38%, which was increasing in the Stackelberg.
Okay.
Okay, if there are only two firms who sell homogeneous product with no capacity constraint, Bertrand competition leads a firm to set equal prices above marginal cost in equilibrium. No, always remember in duopoly or in a this Bertrand competition which is there, they come to they start selling at marginal cost. They cannot charge above marginal cost. If one firm charges above marginal cost, all the consumers will go to the second firm. So that's why forcefully they will have to sell at the marginal cost. Duopoly output is greater than monopoly output and lower than perfect competition output. This I have covered earlier, so this we can remember. Duopoly price is lower than monopoly price. Yes, we can remember this. Output is like this, price is like this. Procedure of backward induction in extensive form games helps to get rid of unreasonable Nash equilibria and ensures sequential rationality. Yes, we have seen in the example of Pepsi and Coke, where one equilibrium that 010 was removed and we came to 2020. Now we come to week 10. Uh, okay, so week 10 first question. Robert is deciding whether to buy a lottery ticket. Each ticket costs $1. Probabilities are this. The first question is, what is the expected value of Robert's payoff if he buys a lottery ticket? So straight away it comes 0.5 into 0, 0.55 into 1 plus 0.20 into 2 plus 0.05 into 7.5, which becomes 1.025. Second is, what is the variance? For variance, we use the formula that probability and what is the value 0.5 minus what is the expected value 1.025 square, and we can doing for all, and then we'll get the variance. Now Robert's nickname is no risk job, no risk Rob, because he's an extremely risk averse individual and his utility function is u is equal to w 0.5. So see, wherever this is less than 1, he's a risk averse. Suppose he has $10 of wealth to begin with. Suppose he buys the lottery ticket, what will be his expected utility? So he has got 10. He buys the ticket, so he spends $1. His expected is 1.025. So this becomes 10.025. Expected becomes 3.166. His present utility is 10 to power 0.5, which is 3.162. So see, he's a risk averse person, and what is his gain, which he sees? He sees only the gain of 0.04. So a risk averse person will not go for this. He's extremely risk averse, so therefore he will not purchase. I would seek help from anyone who can tell me mathematically that if this would have been, for example, here u is equal to w 0.8, how would it would it have made any difference, Jaidev? Bhavya? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So can you solve for this w 0.8 and we see what happens here?
Sure.
10 minus 1 plus 1.025 to power 0.8. This is his expected, and his present, for example, is 10 to power 0.8. How much it becomes?
5.26.
This is 5.26, and this much?
Is 6.30.
So he's basically slightly going towards risk neutrality. And so therefore he will buy the ticket.
But see, his utility which is there, it is decreasing. No? Here. Why he will purchase the ticket? This concept which is there, I think we should keep these questions. On Thursday there is a session by the course team. We'll ask these questions because slightly I'm finding myself fuzzy in this. That how that risk-loving guy. Yes, Bhavya.
It won't be of much help.
How much?
The professor is not of much use, is what I'm saying.
No, he has said in G Space now on Thursday they will keep a meeting.
They'll keep a meeting, but I don't expect it to be of much use. Last time I went to him for quiz 1 and quiz 2, he basically told me something around the lines of, it is what it is.
Okay.
And he left it at that.
Okay. So what I will tell you my understanding. What happens? I'm just sharing. that risk loving guy who's there, he takes like a risk with this thing. Okay?
Anji.
He sees, for example, this 7.5 and then he goes. So I will do some more research and I'll post it again on this.
Sure.
So this is clear again that
Honestly,
this guy,
if
because
you raise that exponent from 0.5 to 0.8, you're becoming less risk averse.
list
Is
in
that
this
does that make sense?
list risk covers.
Because if it
Yeah,
was
you're
w
right.
raised to 1, you would be risk neutral.
There are questions on the same concept. We will see those questions. है ना?
Okay, sure.
So in this question, it is come straight away. Malay, it is coming that his gain is hardly 0.004 and he's a risk averse, so he will not purchase this ticket. Now, in the same expected utility, will he buy the ticket? No. So in the second, okay, this is the question with the same concept. There are two investments with same three payouts, but the probability associated with each payout differs as illustrated here. This is A, this is B. So expected return, we use the same formula and it comes that for both the expected return is 250. Standard deviation, when we calculate, then we find standard deviation of A is just 22.36 and for B it is 38.19. Now Suresh has a utility function of 5i. So this is a case of what? Okay, it is a risk neutral. So in the case of risk neutral, what happens? Where I denotes the payoff, he is risk neutral. This is the first answer. Second, they are asking which investment will he choose. So risk neutral, what he does, here also he's getting 250, here also he's getting 250. So he's indifferent. Okay, because in both okay, he's getting the same utility 5i, 5 into 250, 5 into 250. Now, in case if Ramesh, he is a risk averse person. So risk averse person 5i 0.5, he is risk averse. Which investment will he choose? So for the risk averse person, if he's see in the lecture, he had covered something by standard deviation oblique mu. And whichever standard deviation oblique mu is lesser, the risk averse person goes there. So in this case, the standard deviation for the A is lesser and the mu expected is same. So it becomes 22.36 by 250. Here it becomes 38 point something by 250. This is lesser. So he will go for A. This is for this. And here was my question. This is a risk.
Sigma by mu should be greater for the risk averse person, right?
No, sigma is 22.36, na?
Sorry, mu is the mean and sigma is, oh, sorry, I got it the wrong other way. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So here I was finding myself slightly fudgy that here it is a risk loving guy. So he is having 5i square. So for him, what to do here? So only logic which we can see is here that we see in the investment that where he is getting the high, for example, the highest payoff is 300. Here in the A, the probability is only 0.1 and the probability of 300 here is 0.3. So the risk loving guy, what he does, okay, he goes for a higher reward. So that was my logic, okay, but I have not found any mathematical formulation.
No, sir, I think the situation is not whether simply they are going for higher or lower payoff. Risk loving, risk neutral, or risk averse people, they will all care about the expected payoff.
Yeah.
The differentiation comes in the standard deviation.
So in this case, okay, what is happening, okay, Jaidev? That's why my logic was also. Higher. So risk loving will go for a higher, okay, this?
Yes.
Okay, I have also written, okay, I had also thought the same way. So, but I'm not sure. I will
expected
research
payoff is,
more on.
they will all consider the same expected payoff, but the risk neutral person will not care. The risk averse person will go for the lesser standard deviation, and the risk loving person will go for the higher standard deviation.
Okay, I also
Then
found
that's at
that
least
logic.
my theory, but again, I'm open to interpretation.
No, you're right. Okay, I have also written the same, but I just wanted to confirm. So I will check it out and I'll post it. Okay. Otherwise,
Actually,
my
this
logic
problem
is
is a
also
special case because the expected payoff is the same in both investments.
yes,
If we had it different, then that would be a little more interesting, and then we'll have to consider that sigma by mu measure.
yes. Anybody okay, in this group okay, can throw some light okay, on this? Bhavya?
No, sir, I'm still thinking about it. It's to some extent what he's saying makes sense, but I'm not very convinced. We'll have to ask this on Thursday and hopefully comes up with a response.
Okay. I have got some friends okay, who are in this field. Okay, I will ask them. Okay. Otherwise, okay, I find okay, this logic which Jadev gave, and I also wrote the same thing. And because here, why he is going for Bravo? One reason is this also, that here in Bravo standard deviation and that is okay, but here okay, a risk-loving guy, he goes for a higher reward okay, like that. So that was also one additional logic which I applied. So we'll leave it okay, we'll go forward. So this is an interesting question again. Your current disposal income is $90,000. Suppose there is a 1% chance that your house may burn down, and if it does, the cost of repairing will be 80,000. Means your disposable income comes to 10,000. Suppose too that your utility function is U is equal to I 0.5. U is equal to I 0.5. So number first question, would you be willing to spend $500 to purchase an insurance that fully insures you against your loss? So how to solve this question? You find present utility. Present utility is 90,000, 0.5, which becomes 300. And then you find utility without insurance. So without insurance, if I don't purchase, my utility becomes 0.99 into 300 plus 0.01 into 100, which is 298. Now, if just give me 1 minute, okay? हेलो सीमा, मैं तुम्हें सीमा मैं आधे घंटे में कॉल करता हूँ, मेरी एक कॉल चल रही है, प्लीज. ओके, बाय बाय, लव यू. Hello Jaydev, I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what I've done, I have found utility without insurance, it is 298. If he purchases the insurance, then his present utility will become 90,000 minus 500, which is 299.98. He spends $500. And what he does, okay, he gets okay, the entire amount, okay, the 90,000. So his utility with the insurance increases to 300. So that's why he will purchase the insurance. Now the question is, what should be the maximum amount of premium which he should pay? Have you understood okay, this logic? Why he's buying the insurance? Spending $500?
Yeah.
Okay. You can say this also, that this utility is more than this. If he did not have insurance, his utility was 298. He purchases a utility, his utility is 299.98. Now, what is the maximum highest price that you would be willing to pay for an insurance? So this is nothing. This is the amount which you pay. For example, in that case, we had paid 500. So suppose we pay X amount. So this utility will become equal to 0.01 into 10,000, which is the case of fire, 0.99 into 90,000, 0.5, which is case not fire. So 90,000 minus X, we had calculated this in the earlier part, this becomes 298 square. Therefore, X is equal to 90,000 minus 298 square, which is 1196. Is that clear again, or shall I explain? So there are two cases.
Coming out to be, so the premium you pay has to be less than or equal to
1196.
90,000 minus 888 Sorry, just give me a second. I'm just.
Yeah.
1196? Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. There 1196. So another option, the risk covers consumer buys more than full fair insurance. So this term is there, fair and unfair. The risk covers consumer buys less than full unfair insurance. So this also, I could not find any research material on this. I just checked from somebody, so they told me that a risk covers person does not take any risk here. So he will go for a full insurance and not more. He will not go more than that. However, if the unfair insurance has been given, that insurance is unfair, then he will buy less than the full unfair insurance. So again, I cannot comment on this fair, unfair. What is that? I just got this answer.
So I think that fairness has to do with probability of rather expected compensation and the premium that you pay.
Yeah, that whether they will be paying full or not.
If the premium that you pay
Yeah.
is more than the expected compensation, then it is called unfair insurance.
Okay.
And a risk covers person will not do that. That I think is the logic.
Yeah. Okay. So we come to week 11. Asymmetric information between buyers and sellers leads to market failure when a market is otherwise perfectly competitive. So this we have seen in the lecture that when the information is not there, then the people they start coming, the high quality goods start going away, and slowly your market collapses. That was covered in the lecture. When the information is not there, so both goods are there, low quality goods are also there, high quality goods are also there, and the people start buying low quality, high quality, keep on going, again it keeps on happening, and the market leads to the failure. Under adverse selection, once insurance is purchased, less risky individuals might engage in behavioral characteristic of more risky individuals. So this does not happen under adverse selection, it happens under moral hazard. So adverse selection happens when there is a hidden information. Only high risk people participate and low quality goods are there. Moral hazard is there, hidden action. Once health insurance purchase, more visits to the doctor. This is an example. So this example is of a moral hazard. That's why it is false. Moral hazard refers to self-selection of individuals who purchase insurance policy. No, this is a case of adverse selection.
So what is self-selection?
Self-selection, basically they are saying that there is a hidden information. Hidden information is there, and can somebody, shall I find out about this?
Please. I could not find any reference to self-selection in the context of
Okay.
say insurance or something.
Okay, let's check our alma mater, check GPT. Yeah. Self-selection and adverse selection relation. Okay. So this is self-selection. That person takes his insurance as per his requirement.
Okay, so moral hazard is clearly not that. I think moral hazard will happen after you actually, if at all,
Yes.
it will happen after you have bought the insurance, right?
So on the basis of their own knowledge of their risk level, they have got knowledge the insurance agency does not have. Okay, that is adverse selection.
So there is lack of information on part of the insurer. That is why it is adverse
Insurer.
selection. Can we say that?
Yes, 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 yes. Co-payments reduce moral hazard by creating a disincentive for policyholders to engage in a risky behavior. This is true. This was covered in the lecture also. And what is the meaning of co-payments? Okay, basically, that
Pooling the premiums from various buyers, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Let me quickly check also.
Bonus and profit sharing payment schemes are likely to resolve principal agent problems, whereas a fixed wage payment will not. So this is again from the lecture. Okay, we had seen a worker that if you give him the bonus and profit sharing, then he starts working hard, and it is a profitable for both the worker also and for the owner also. So this is one. Whereas in the fixed wage, okay, he does not have any incentive to work hard. Sellers may signal the quality of their products to buyers through standardization of products, certification, and guarantees and warranties. All three are true. Now, this is one question, interesting question here. Mohan is a recent college graduate. After 6 months at his new job, he had to buy his first car. Mohan knows very little about the differences between the makes and models or an old and new car. You are a loan officer in the bank. After selecting a car, Mohan comes to you seeking a loan because he has only recently graduated. He does not have a long credit history. Nonetheless, the bank has a long history of financing cars of recent college students. So here, Mohan has got very little information about the cars. Bank has little information about this. So problem of Mohan, which car to buy is of what? Moral hazard or adverse selection? So this is not a case of moral hazard. He is not trying to maximize his utility. He is going for loan. So in this case, it is an adverse selection because there is no other choice. And this is a case of
it is not even about loan, sir. Here the problem is simply which car to buy. In which case it is clearly adverse selection because he doesn't know about cars.
Yes, so there is a hidden information, and that's why it is adverse. Now choose the correct alternative. The bank's problem in lending money to Mohan is also one of asymmetric information. Mohan has a much better idea than the bank about the quality of the car and his ability to pay back the loan, while the bank has little information on Mohan's ability to handle credit. So bank's problem in lending money to Mohan is asymmetric information because bank has got info about the Mohan-like customers, but the Mohan does not have information. Mohan has a much better idea than the bank about the quality of the car. Definitely, he has got little information, but more than the bank. His ability to pay back, he knows. So here, his information is correct. Mohan has got information. Bank has little information on Mohan's ability to handle credit. It is about handling credit. They have got information about the customers like Mohan, but not Mohan. So here again it is a limited information, we can say.
So this is a little confusing because if the bank doesn't notice, then what do they know?
They have got
if they are specializing in giving out credit to recent graduates,
yeah,
then they should be having some information about Mohan, right? Not like completely zero information.
Yes, so they have got little information, not all information. So here information you say take information, how much, and here you take how much information. So there is a basically both they don't have the same information. So there is a asymmetry of information.
Hmm.
Okay. So that's why this I found like this answer is both. This question as Central University bans the assignment of D or F grades. It defends the action by claiming that students tend to perform above average when they are free from the pressure of flunking out. The university states that it wants its student to get A and B. So choose the correct alternative. The goal is to raise overall grades to the B or above. So the policy creates a moral hazard problem primarily for the below average students because now they know that they will go get at least A and B, so they will not even study now. Earlier they were studying. So moral hazard क्या होता है? Moral hazard when you start taking advantage of the system. Taking advantage in case of insurance, health insurance. So here also they will take this. So that poses the moral hazard to below average students. Above average students they will keep on studying. And insurance companies considered issuing three types of fire insurance policies. This is an interesting question. Complete insurance, complete coverage above and beyond a 10,000 deductible, and 90% coverage for all losses. So, which policy is more likely to create moral hazard problems? It is 100%, then only he will go careless. Is that correct, okay? Jadip?
Yes. Again, I just being a little pedantic here. I think if the question was which policy is most likely to create a moral hazard problem,
Yes, yes.
because the others also, it's not like they're completely without moral hazard. Some element of moral hazard is still there.
Yes, yes.
But
So,
okay, I mean, from the question and from the answer, it's that perspective, it's fine.
yeah. So now second is if the property is worth less than $100,000, the total loss to the owner will be less with 90% coverage than with the $10,000 deductible. Second is if the value of the property is above $100,000, the owner is more likely to engage in fire prevention efforts under the policy that offers 90% coverage than under the one that offers a $10,000 deductible. So here what I did, okay, I took an example. I took an example that one example property is less than 100,000, for example 90,000, and its insurance premium, for example, is 10,000 for 90%. So if fire happens, he gets 81,000, 90% of that, because his insurance was for 90% by paying 10,000. So his loss is 19,000. 10,000 he has taken the premium, and 9,000 loss here, 19,000. Now to get 90,000, he has to pay 10,000 more deductible, the second option which is there, this option. So in that case, his loss becomes 20,000. 10,000 for the premium, 10,000 here. Now here his loss here is more than this. So this first statement is correct. The total loss to the owner will be less with the 90%. Now what happens if the property is more than 100,000? Then I take an example 120,000. He pays 10,000, gets 90% premium. So fire, okay, he gets 81%, 90%, which is 108,000. Loss is 22,000, 12,000 here, 10,000 here. If 10,000 deductible, he pays 10,000, 20,000 he pays 20,000. He gets 120,000. So here 120 plus 20 minus 1200, 140 minus 128,000. So here his loss, just made a calculation error somewhere. Properties above 100,000, let's take 120,000. He pays 10,000 for the 90% this, so he gets 108,000. his loss is $22,000. Now, if he gets 120,000, and in this case, he is paying 20,000, and his loss is just 20,000. Here his loss is more than 90%. Okay, take me up here. Jaidev, there is some mistake in my calculation. I will cover this again.
Sir, actually, even I realized that the answer is not both. According to my calc, I don't have them handy, but only the first option seems to be true to me. Of course, I could have also made some mistakes. I'll check it again. The correct answer is both of them are true, but the second answer I think is not true.
Okay, so this is 90% coverage than that.
And I tried a similar situation where it's 1,10,000, but it's not coming out correctly.
Okay, I will check it and I'll come back. I'll post it on WhatsApp again. Okay. So this question, Hamid and Latif wala, it is from the PYP. We have already solved it. Okay, now we come to week 12. Week 12 is slightly easier to understand. Which one of the following goods is non-excludable? It is atmosphere. Excludable, non-excludable. You make rival, you make non-rival. Excludable and rival, they are the private goods. Non-rival, non-excludable, they are the public goods. Excludable but non-rival, they are the club goods. Like once you enter the club entry is excluding, but once you enter, then it is non-rival, and it is a rival non-excluding. These are the common goods, like fishing in the sea. So this will help you in understanding this. A common resource is rival and non-excludable. It is like the fish in the sea. Public goods are provided by government because the reason is it suffers from a free rider problem. And for a private one, a free rider problem will result in the underproduction. And how to address the this free rider problem? You start implying some taxes, tolls on the roads, entry fees on the parks, like that. So these are the measures to solve the free rider problem. Then came the networking effect. Networking effects, one who has got the network and your things change. So it is a Twitter, Microsoft Excel, and the Facebook. A within group network effect. So this is the property that in the networking part there is a platform and there are two agents. One agent here, one agent here. So there are two networking effects which take place. One is the here inside. Like for example, if for example here they were 20 and 5 more people they come. So here the effect on this that it might increase, it might decrease, it might remain neutral for both. And there is an effect on the other agent also, networking effect, and this also can increase, decrease, or remain normal. So one is inter and another is intra. This is inter and this is intra effect. It happens both the ways. We will see an interesting example of this. So two friends A and B consider going to a sports pub to watch Wimbledon final. The individual valuation of watching the match A and B is
Sorry, sir.
200
Sorry for the interruption, sir. Just
yeah.
Within group network effects can be anything, right? Positive, negative, neutral. Just checking.
Yes, yes. They both all here also can be. It can be positive, it can be negative, it can be neutral.
Cross group effect also. Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Cross also and within also. Okay, so this is an easy example. Two friends they go purchase ticket 200 and 300. Their benefit ticket cost is they get the additional benefit of 120 when they watch the match together. Individual cost of the pub is 315. What do they do? So if goes alone, A's benefit is 200 minus 315, which is negative. If B goes alone, is 300 minus 315 negative. Say they will not go alone. If they go together, if A goes with B, A's benefit is 200 plus 120 minus 315 is equal to 5, which is positive. B goes with A, B's benefit is 420 minus 315, which is positive. So they will go both together. This is the-
Sir, actually, here, if you look at this situation as a game, normal form game,
Yeah.
both of them have strategies go and don't go.
Okay.
It turns out that there are two Nash equilibria there, go, and don't go. So I thought
Zero,
the
yeah,
second
zero.
option should also correct, like 0 is also correct. So what do you do in such a situation?
uh,
Basically, what that means is if they go, they should go together. Otherwise, they should both not go.
they both should not go.
I don't think we normally consider 0 for Nash equilibrium.
Fair enough.
Yeah, 0 will not be an equilibrium.
It's usually considered as a corner case, right? As in one that is always present, but we don't include it.
No, yeah, actually, see, it's a valid Nash equilibrium because if I have
Yeah,
decided
it
to
is
not
valid,
go,
but the thing is, it is valid for most cases, right? So it is like a trivial case. So then that comes into picture.
okay,
Okay, so let's move. So this is theoretical and externality. What is an externality? It is a cost of benefit that arises from production and falls on someone other than the producer, or a cost of benefit that arises from consumption and falls on someone other than consumer. That is the externality. Which statement is true? So this question I have got a doubt again. Matlab, I have not been able to find answer to this. Network goods never face any new competition. This is false. Okay, we can see Amazon, Flipkart, a new player can come, so they will face competition. Network goods are usually sold by monopolistically competitive firms. So this is, to me, it looks true. For example, we have got Netflix, Prime Video, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, Flipkart. Okay, many very. And the third is network goods might lose their dominance over time. So this, as per the lectures, it has got a virtuous cycle. The networking effect, keep on increasing. But there might be some examples where they might lose their dominance over time.
this is correct, sir.
The third one, na?
Yeah, certainly they can lose their dominance over time.
Yeah,
Just
but
like
the
Paytm, if you're looking at this sort of stuff.
example is what, Bhavya? ATM, na?
It used to be the largest player for UPI. Now it's less than 6% of the market.
Yeah, yes.
Actually, I think the second one is not true. Network goods are, I mean, this is not universally true that network goods are usually sold by monopolistically competitive firms. Paytm is another example. UPI service is something that they're selling. They are not monopolistically competitive anymore. They used to be, but they're still there. But they're still in the network.
Okay. So we go with the third option.
I think so.
Yeah, let's wait for the answer of this GA. Okay, this is from week 12. So we'll come to know what is their thought process. That's okay.
Yeah.
Question number 9 is of city of Alexandria has been a center of trade for the Mediterranean countries as well as the Middle Eastern countries. Its importance is partly due to geography, but it is also due to the network effect. What could be the source of network effect? So I could find that merchants want to maximize trading opportunities because more the merchants, and they have written like a center of trade. More the merchants, more the traders, more the traders, more the merchants. So this is a virtuous cycle. So this I could find like a thought thing that this is the reason for the networking effect. Ships want the best harbor available. This is not there. Best harbor can be anywhere, but may not be traders. There is a lot of contestability of ports. This is also not true. There are economies of scale due to concentration of trade. That is not the reason for the merchants to go there. This fourth option to me looks like a most optimum. Any uh, input on this, Bhavya or Jadev?
I agree, because the first three options may not have anything to do with networks at all.
Yeah.
For example, ships wanting the best harbor can happen without a network also.
Yes.
Contestability for port is nothing to do with platforms or networks. So, similarly.
Yeah. Okay. Now this question is interesting. This one, okay? So uh, a new book delivery platform has two types of primary users: booksellers and buyers. As a result of promotion activities, 95 new booksellers they come. 95. The platform data analysts estimate that the cross-group network effect of one bookseller joining the platform is zero point 0.2. This is zero point 0.2. And the cross-group network of one new buyer joining the platform is 0.25. How many new buyers will join the platform as a result of 95 booksellers joining the platform? So this, so we have to remember these two formulas for this, which was given in the lecture. One is if the person is coming here and intra effect is 1 over 1 plus beta A into beta B into K. If K are coming, so 95 booksellers are coming. So first the booksellers will increase. So booksellers will become 95 into 1 minus beta A 0 0.2 into 0.25. So booksellers become 100. For buyers, inter inter effect is given by, if there are k coming, then it is k into beta A over 1 plus beta A into beta B. And if we put this in this becomes 0 0.2, 1.05, and this becomes 20. So this is a formula which you have to remember for intra and inter. Intra 1 plus beta A beta B, inter k into beta A 1 plus beta A into beta B. With this, okay, we can solve it. Okay, I think last question we have reached. Okay, in a market of dry cleaning, the inverse market demand function is given this. Private marginal cost is given this. Finally, the pollution generated by the dry cleaning process creates external damages given by the marginal external cost MEC is equal to Q. Calculate the output level and price of dry cleaning if it is produced under competitive conditions without regulation. So under PCM, P is equal to MC, we find P is equal to 55 and Q is 45. Determine the socially efficient price. So socially efficient price for that, MSC is equal to marginal cost plus MEC. MEC they have given Q. So MSC becomes 10 plus Q plus Q, 10 plus 2Q, equate with the market demand, and we get Q is equal to 30 and P is equal to 70. Determine the tax that would result.
So what is MSC?
MSC is the social cost. It is the addition of
Socially
marginal.
optimal cost.
Yes.
Okay, what does it stand for, MSC?
MSC is marginal social cost.
Social cost, okay.
So Now determine the tax that would result in a competitive market producing the socially efficient output. So tax is always equal to MEC. Remember this. This we'll have to remember. Tax is equal to MEC. So MEC was Q is equal to 30. So we impose a tax of 30 on this. Now calculate the output and price of dry cleaning if it is produced under monopolistic conditions without regulation. So for monopolistic, we know MR is equal to MC, and we calculate, we get 30 and 70. And there is a takeaway from this, that with tax for PCM to ensure socially efficient output gives same price and quality quantity like monopoly. We are operating in PCM, we want to go to socially competitive uh, market, and what we get, we impose tax, and with tax and all that we get the same P and Q like monopoly. This is the takeaway from this. Okay, this is question from different thing. Okay, with this, okay, gentlemen, I have finished. Okay, anything to add on or any other input? Bhabe, any input? Jadip?
All good so far. We'll just